Peace, my family, and we're all back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good mind. How you all feeling? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up in your higher natures and cleansing. Oh yeah, most definitely cleansing the lows. I came here today to express feeling. How y'all feeling out there? Hope you guys are doing good, taking care of yourselves, and making sure that you're moving on up in your higher nature. Because family, that's where the Most High wants us to be, right? So we must understand that life is for you to do what you came here to do. And when you begin to realize that life is an experience, that in your path and your journey, you must begin to learn, right, through your experiences, and begin to grow from them and expand your mind and elevate, on up, the ladder, right? And so that's what it is. Moving on up into your higher self, right? That's what it is. And we have to understand that we have to get toward our highest potential, right? That's what it is. And once you begin to stop tripping over things in broad daylight, knowing the things that you know and seeing the things that you see, and again, it's all about being in alignment with the Most High, right? That's the goal. That's destiny, right? That's what it is. That's life, getting back in alignment, fulfilling your destiny, your soul mission. That's life, right? And a part of that journey, going through the journey within, and a part of that journey is, first and foremost, before you can really see things the way the Most High see things for you, you have to begin to know yourself, right? And know your identity and why you're here, right? Knowing your purpose. And I'm not talking about the purpose that you create in your mind for yourself. I'm talking about purpose that the Most High has given you, right? Your destiny, right? And the only way you're going to know your purpose is, first and foremost, you must pray to the Most High. Ask what your purpose is. And through time, He reveal a messenger to you to let you know your purpose. Or in many different ways He can deliver that message to you, right? But I just know in our culture that what the Most High has given us and told us is our purpose is to get back to the Most High. And how do you do that? It's about what you know. It's about learning through this earth school, right? Learning and growing through this earth school, right? Raising your consciousness levels up, right? That's what it's about. That's why you need to know the right knowledge. That's why it's so important to know your identity and where you are in all of this. No matter what your identity is, you can always change your life and live in the ways of the Most High. You can always do that. You always can make a decision, decide to do that, and change your life, transform your life. I know when I made that decision for myself, for me, it was about finding my purpose, right? And like I said before, it just didn't come to me like, okay, this is my purpose. Because of course, when I'm, in the world, and it was nothing that really stuck out to me like, oh, I want to do this. It wasn't like nothing like sitting on like something like just right in your face, here, this is what you need to do, right? It wasn't that for me. And so as I begin to first ask the Most High, what's my purpose, right? I don't want to just be doing anything just to be doing it. And of course, I definitely want to do something that I love. I didn't want to be mad, or unhappy, doing something that I'll be suffering for in this life, right? I wanted to do something that was pleasing to the Most High. I wanted to do something that, is meaningful to me, something I have compassion for, helping people. I always had that, caring for people. I always had that in me at a young age. And I was always spiritual at a young age too. And so, yeah, family, it all is making sense to me, right? But before, looking back and looking forward at my purpose, right? It all connected, made sense why certain things happen, all leading me up to where I'm at today, right? Once you begin to, pay attention to your signs that you're given on your journey, and I'm just sharing mine, and it's funny because, man, oh man, this is just my thing, right? And I'm just sharing part of my journey, right? Like I said before, I know I said this in my other videos, right? And what I said was, when I was younger, around like maybe 14, 15, 16, but, I used to see this number, right? And I used to wake up on this number all the time, and I was just like, what is going on? Am I tripping, right? Because after a while, you're looking around like, what is going on, right? Because you keep seeing this number like everywhere. And of course, at the time, I thought I was tripping. I was like, wait, what? It's just like, I know, you have that, your body rhythms and stuff, and wake up at a certain time, clock or whatever, you're waking up at a certain time, and after a while I'm just looking like, nah, because it's like, I don't wake up, all the time at the same time, it was just like, what? I keep seeing this number, and then as I went along, I started seeing this number in different places. I'm just looking like, interesting. And so then guess what the number was, man? The number was 923. Oh yeah, it was 923. I was looking like, wait a minute, what's up? So through time, going along, and this is years later, and I get in college and things like that. And, like I said before in my other videos, that, someone was talking about met someone that was speaking on like angel numbers and things, and I was just like, that's interesting. Because I'm looking like, I've been seeing this number for years, and I'm just like, what is going on with it? Like, I don't know why I'm seeing this number. Right. So I went and looked up the number, and I was like, oh wow, this is what this number been saying this whole time. Like, mind blown. Like, oh wow, okay. And after that, I was like, okay, this is just getting like, it's just getting like undeniable, right? So I'm just looking like, okay, got it, noted. And so ultimately, I really didn't know what that meant for me, like fully at the time. I was just like, okay. Now that I know a little bit more, alright, I was like, okay. And then I started paying attention to more numbers that come my way. Maybe it's gonna tell me something more after now I know what that means, right? And it's always telling me about things that are leading me up to what I'm doing now and my purpose and stuff in life. And it's just like, okay, I got it. And I take that to say that pay attention to what you see. It's no coincidences in this room. Many different signs and many different ways that the Most High tries to get in touch with you to help you to see certain things that He wants you to see or get a message to you, right? And not just with, angel numbers, but I'm just speaking on just, it could be anything, right? It could be dreams, meditations, visions, do your prayers and make sure your prayers are in detail. And it's better if you write them down too. At best, this is what I do, write them down so you can see how the Most High is working in your life in detail. You remember what you said, and you can see and read back and see how the Most High has been working in your life. Yeah. And yeah. And so, again, once you begin to move in the way that you're supposed to be moving, right? Towards your destiny, universal right knowledge, these are things that you're supposed to know, right? Don't let nobody tell you no different. Universal right knowledge is the things you are supposed to know in this room, because it's going to help you later on, right? It's going to raise your consciousness levels up where you need to be, right? So when the time comes, when people are, needing of assistance or need to know what they need to do, right, you'll be in tune and you'll be able to hear and see what it is that you need to do. That's how you get back connected. That's how you get back online. And that's why the knowledge is very important. The right knowledge is very important. The information is very important for you all to know, because that's what's going to help you. The history of everything, the real reality and existence and extraterrestrials and all these things that are around you that are on this planet and many other different planets, right? It's going to help you learn how to maneuver, in this room and up in the planes, right? So it's definitely helpful, and that's why the Most High has given us this information so you can know, so you won't be, caught off guard in a way where you're looking around and everybody's like, looking at everybody, what's going on? Some people are in fear, or and you moving with love, because that's what you need to be doing, not fear. And you wouldn't have anything to worry about either if you were actually, living your life the way you're supposed to, right? And in the ways of the Most High, in the eyes of the Most High, that is pleasing to the Most High. And that's very important, because that eliminates that fear factor in your life when you are already moving like you're on heaven on earth, right? Heaven on earth, right? When you're already moving with that paradise within. You don't have to worry about, what's happening in the world and what they say, is gonna happen, right? Because again, what they say and what the Most High says is, two different things, right? You can't really focus on what man says and what people say, right? You gotta focus on what the Most High is showing you, right? And the messengers of the Most High, right? Not messages of people. Now, question is, where are people getting their messages, right? Where are people getting their messages? If they're not telling you that they're getting a message from the Most High on their own journey, this is what was shown to them on their journey. Something maybe to take a listen to, you never know, you might get something from it. But again, if they just speaking off the whim and saying, oh, this, and not telling you nothing else, just hearing it from someone else, is something to just, bypass a little bit, because again, if you're not getting your messages from the Most High, our Creator, right? You're not getting the messages from Him, then there's no reason for you to be out here, worried, right? And especially if you prayed about it, right? And you're gonna get your answer, right? But you also have to, remember that you have to get yourself in tune so you can be communicative, right? And you have to be moving in His way, right? Now, not to say that before in my journey where I was lost, right? And I wasn't moving in His way at that time. I was in a low vibrational state, and I have not yet had surrender at that time. And still at that particular time though, I still was being communicated with. Looking back, as I paid attention to my signs and things that was coming to me, I still was being communicated with. So you can always be communicated with in your lower self and moving on up into your higher self. You can always get that form of communication, right? So just on you to pay attention to your signs and messages and dreams, and making sure you're writing that stuff down so you can help you see the messages that, Most High is trying to give you so you can get on point. And it's very important. So, yeah. But let me just say this too. It's like, as you get more in tune though, your communication heightens, right? It gets more vivid and it gets more clear as you begin to rise and raise in consciousness and always up and rise up. It gets more clear. You begin to see things you never seen before. It's like the spiritual realm begin to open up in the physical realm. You begin to see the real world. The real reality of things, not just the reality of this world, but you begin to see more of the spiritual realm. Now, make sure also that when you are trying to get yourself in tune, make sure you are in that right knowledge and you're getting fed, because again, when you start tapping into raising your consciousness levels up, you're going to need that form of protection. Now, our master teacher has given us a prayer book, which is called the Book of Light, and it's on the channel as well. And it's a prayer book where you can pray throughout your day or for encouragement and things that you need to do for protection too. And also, you make sure that you in your scriptures, if you're in the right knowledge, you're in the scriptures the right way, right? With facts, not just, going along with their own, interpretations with facts and knowing the language. Due to our master teacher translating, because he knew the languages about the scriptures, right? It helps us. And also, you doing your research, checking it out for yourself and saying, oh yeah, okay, I see where this is coming from. As you keep going on and, in your scriptures, right? In your ancient texts, right? Once you begin to line it on you begin to see, everything that you've been lied to about and everything that you need to know, right? And once you begin to line yourself up like that, you begin to see clear. And through time, your senses will start to get back online, right? And that's the bargaining gland, right? You begin to activate. They'll begin to activate you because you're back in alignment, right? The Anunnaki. Beings that are sent down in groups of 50 from the Most High. A new element, almost glorified exalted. Yeah. So, and then when the time comes, when they, ready, when you're ready, the time will come where you get picked up. And or sometimes I didn't have experiences where I was so in tune and, I seen the crafts, I seen the shapes, right? But at that time, I still had work to do, right? I still had things to do here. So, I decided to stay in help. And because I got stuff to do. So, everybody is different on what their path presents to them, on things that they need to do, right, as far as their creativity and what it is the Most High wants you to use within your gifts that opens up as you begin to get in tune. And family, fear is a low vibration. So if you're moving in fear and you still haven't, gained the courage up to be brave and speak your truth, speak the truth, right? And many ways that you know how to do that. Nowadays with technology and how we're moving into this tech world, nowadays it's different on how you are receiving information. People are receiving information fast, like, especially on the internet and things. And this is the fastest way to, get the information across to people that want to know, need to know. So it's very important, and you can find many ways of doing that. And, also, moving in your purpose and mission by doing that as well. Expressing your truth, sharing your truth in creative ways to where, you could begin to help others and also awaken other people, because this is not just for you to sit on, it's for you to help others and give them, the things that they might be missing through your testimony and through your journey. Like what I'm doing, this is my testimony, right? And I'm just sharing with the world to let you all know that this stuff is so real. And this is just my journey, right? And if it helps you, I am so grateful if it helps you. And I love you. So it all is interconnected when it comes to me, because I care so much. And that's what it's about. I care about my brothers and my sisters. I care about y'all. I care where y'all at. And I want you all to understand that this is how you transform and get your life back in tune. Transform your life, getting your back in tune with the Most High. This is how I did it, and this is how we do this. And so we in it. We in all the, we in it. We in all the scriptures. Come with all this. We in it. We know, right? That's you. We're well fed, right? Cup overflowing, right? We know. And if you're living your life based on it, you on. The green line and on up. Oh yeah, most definitely. You on that green light? Oh yeah, that's love. Yeah, that's what it's up. That's what it's up. That's what it is. And so once you begin to go on up, moving on up from your heart chakra, your heart space, heart center, you in the higher ends of existence, family. Oh yeah. And don't let the lower frequencies that try to come up after you then got on up there, bring you on back down. Because how you move on up in your, chakras is your behavior and how you eat and what you do and your deeds. And it's about cleansing your plate and moving with love and being good out here. Doing good out here. Spreading love out here. Spreading care out here. Compassion. Showing gratitude. All these things matter in how you move. Of course, you're taking care of yourself. You're giving back. You're helping people in many ways and shapes and forms. You're doing your thing. Spreading the right knowledge. Letting people know what's up. Letting people know the truth out here with facts. Not just saying, oh, this isn't the truth. Where's your facts? Where's your receipts? What's up? Now, that's the thing, right? And it needs to be coming from the Most High. Most importantly, if they're not saying it's coming from the Most High, and after you begin to say, oh yeah, it's coming from the Most High, you pray about that. And you see, and through time the Most High will give you your signs as you begin to see for yourself, right? Right. Pay attention. And as you begin to do your research and dealing with facts, because our culture is only with the facts. That's how you know what's up. Facts and truth, right? That's how you know you're in the right place. Science, you're in the right place. You speak on it all. You speak on all different subjects. You speak on it. Speaks on it. Yes, all of it. Life, existence, everything that you know about the planes of existence while you're here, everything that you need to know about this realm. Why not? Why not want to know? If you want to know the truth, why not want to know? I know I did. And let me just say, by me living a life and doing what I need to do has led me to be back in alignment. So I'm just sharing this because you can do it too. So, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section. I'm here to help, okay? You can always send a comment, let me know something, or you can send it in my email, okay? Again, I'm here. Alright, so I'm going to let you know, again, that you are loved beyond this world and in it. Begin to spread that love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release a master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Peace, shalom, I should divine love family, and Watu. And it's all